everybody, today I'm going to take my Tucktec Junior kayak out on the Rehoboth Lewis Canal. So the current is so crazy strong. This is the thing you have to be aware of when you paddle in places where there's tides and the wind can really affect you. So I'm in a place where I needed the smaller kayak to carry it the distance. So I'm in the Junior. It's very windy. The kayak is performing fine, but the issue is the wind is so strong and the tide is so crazy. I've decided to go against the current just for my own safety to make sure I can get back to where I launched. I'm having to work really hard to keep the boat going, so I'm not sure how far up the canal we're going to be able to go today. And it's funny because it's beautiful conditions. It didn't feel windy on the land, but now that I'm on the water, it's really windy and it's really strong. Nothing dangerous, not a small craft advisory. So if you choose to paddle somewhere with boat traffic, you really have to be careful. A lot of times in this canal when boats go by, I like to pull off to the side. And it's kind of funny, it's not so much as they pass you, it's afterwards that you're gonna get that little wake. It's gonna cause your kayak to shake. And you can see this on lakes and things where they're allowed to have electric motor boats. So just something to keep in mind. And the more you're around boats when you're kayaking, the more you'll get used to it. Like I said, just pulling off to the side can give you a little bit more peace and comfort being near the shoreline to kind of ride out those waves. And a lot of the boats that go by here, they're super courteous. So what I try to do is I wouldn't go out here on a Saturday in the summer. It's the off season now, it's September, so it's really an ideal time where maybe you're gonna get a boat going by you, but a really nice thing for me about a paddle like this is knowing that I'm working hard on the way up the canal, and then on my way back it's going to be smooth sailing. I'm barely even going to have to paddle. When you kayak in tidal water, you really never know what you're going to get. You can try to look at the tide chart, but sometimes you're going to come out here and it's just going to be tough going. For me, I like a little challenge, a little exercise. It's certainly not dangerous. I'm just going so much slower than I normally would go. I feel like for every paddle I make, the wind and the current is just pushing me back. So if you're new to my channel, I use a brand of folding kayak called Tucktec. They're like an origami style, but they're hard shell, marine grade plastic. I'm kind of obsessed with them. I have so many videos dedicated to these kayaks. I have a 10% discount for my viewers if you want to get your own kayak. The perks to these kind of kayaks are you may be limited, like, you know, you're not going to take this thing out in the ocean. You're not going to take this out into like dangerous waters. You're not going to go on like an overnight kayak trip with this kind of folding kayak. No, it's going to take you out on lakes, bays, canals, rivers, that type of thing. Mild kayaking conditions. And you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it because you're not gonna have to put it on a roof rack. You're gonna love it because it can fit in your regular car. And if you wanna see more, I've got that discount in the description, and I also have a Tucktec playlist, so check it out. There are dozens of videos of all the different places my family has paddled. So you can hear an osprey soaring and vocalizing. Soon they're going to be leaving our area. It's funny, some days are fantastic for taking photos of wildlife when I'm out kayaking. Today is not one of them. I just tried to take a little footage of this osprey, and I basically had to kind of jam my paddle in the sand to stay where I am because the wind is so strong. So that's where we came from. Down there are some houses and some boats, and then you can see the ospreys hunting there, and up on that end is the Thompson Island Nature Preserves. We'll see if we can go a little bit more, but we're near all these marshy shorelines filled with mussels and these grasses. one of the things that I really want to do is I've been filming a few extra kayaking videos because I would love to be able to have kayaking content throughout the colder months. As you know, I'm a Pennsylvania girly. Spend some time in Delaware, spend some time in some of the surrounding states and stuff, but eventually it's gonna get too cold to kayak. And so I'm kind of filming this thinking I might put this out in like November, and this will just be a little burst of remembering what summertime was, and maybe help warm us up as we get through some of those colder months. So that's my hope, that this is going to be just a little burst of sunshine when maybe it is too cold to kayak. It's a really interesting day out here because you'll get the wind blowing and you feel like you almost can't even paddle, you can't make any progress. Then the wind dies down, and like right now it's perfectly calm. Like I could do photography and things right now, but I know it's deceiving and that wind is gonna pick back up. You can see that, but there's a crab in the water there. Oh, they move so fast. So this is just a little channel here, and up there is the Thompson Island Nature Preserve, a favorite little trail of mine. But this is a dead end, so we're not going to be able to get through there because there's a bridge, and I also don't know how shallow this is. I don't really want to get stuck, so I think I'll turn. It's really funny because when I started, the current was so strong fighting up it, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to float back down to where I started. And now things have kind of died down a little bit, so I think I do actually have to paddle back. It's not going to be a hard paddle, but let's go back to where we started. So there is a kingfisher up there, but if you've ever observed kingfishers, you know they don't stay in one spot for long, so I am not going to be able to get my camera out in time. It is just fluttering from branch to branch. This is that no paddling action I was hoping for. Just a little paddle to keep yourself straight and let the current carry me back. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate all the support you give to my channel. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.